I am David Ejareboa, and my presentation is about customary law and how it's applied in Germany. This video aims at explaining customary law and how it's applied in Germany. Customary refers to the usual practices associated with particular society. Law is a set of rules created and implemented by a society or a government for a particular outcome. Customary law is unwritten legal rules that become binding law. They develop over time through practice, judicial decisions, and social expectations.
Or Gewohnheitsrecht is recognized in German law as a valid source of law, but it only applies when a practice is long established, consistently followed, and generally accepted as legally binding.
How is customary law applied? It's mostly a set of practices. Then they are accepted by the society. Then it becomes binding on the society and is applied as precedents for similar cases. Customary law are unwritten laws, which means they are mostly oral rules set by the people to govern the people. So they tend to become legally binding on the said people. And as human behavior changes every now and then, these rules or customary laws may change over time. So they are adaptive and flexible. And again, it governs a particular group of people in a particular region. So these are examples. Not replying to a message does not imply you agree. So assuming a police officer stops you and questions you for an offense, your silence does not interpret admission. On the contrary, it's a common practice for most telecommunication companies to send you written documents stating or summarizing the terms of the contract. Ideally, your signature should affirm your acceptance of the contract, but then your silence affirms the acceptance.
One important principle that guides customary law is good faith. The idea that parties must act fairly and reasonably towards each other. Let's take an example. A debtor owes 500 euros. On the day payment is due, the debtor sends the money by bank transfer, the normal, widely accepted and reasonable method of payment. But the creditor refuses to accept it. Instead, they demand that the debtor travel a long distance to deliver the money in cash. So what is the legal issue here? While German customary law does not force a creditor to accept every form of payment, refusing a common and reasonable method without any justification can violate the principle of good faith. In other words, even if there is no explicit rule requiring acceptance of a bank transfer, the creditor's refusal goes against fair dealing and may therefore be unlawful under customary law.